Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you all the new stationery I got from Journal who kindly sponsored today's video. Also, if you are interested in anything from this haul, everything will be linked down below in the description and you can use my code Juliana8 to get 8% off your order. And now let's begin with the biggest category from today, that is stickers. I'm pretty much stocking on stationery for my 2027 reading journal setup. Yes, I am already thinking about it and I decided that, spoiler, I'm going to do a green fantasy theme. And of course I had to get butterflies, and these ones are just incredible. I got these 2 packs in green and pink because they match the color palette I want for the theme. They have this almost stained glass window effect on their wings, and they have gold details as well, so I think I can make something really beautiful with them, especially because I have plenty to choose from. They come with 2 of each design and it comes with many sizes, so of course I'm not using them all in that journal. I can always use them in a bullet journal theme or a book review page, for example. You might be wondering why the hell I'm already thinking of a setup that I'm only going to do in November. And yes, I had to do it in November because I have to film it and make sure it goes up on time for you guys. So I have to think about the theme and the spreads I'm going to make early on in the year so that I'm not stressed at all when it comes to make it. And since I don't have that many fantasy-inspired stationery in my collection, I have a few, but I wanted more to have more options, and also because I'm reading more romantasy books much more often, so I thought about all of that while I was putting things on my cart. Next, we have a bunch of greenery stickers, and this time I got the whole pack of 4. So I have quite a lot of flowers in my stationery collection, in tapes, stickers or even paper, and I don't have that many greenery. So since I got a bunch of flowers in my Lost haul, this time I'm getting much more greenery instead of flowers. And I use this type of decoration in many things. It can be a whole theme on their own, but I usually use it to balance out the flowers so they have more contrast and it's more realistic because many flowers have a bunch of greenery around them. And then I also use them to decorate my manga collages, for example, because they are much more minimalist in decoration and unlike my usual book review spreads. So sometimes just a little branch here and there is enough to decorate something. And I got the whole pack because it has many different color tones and one of them is more autumn inspired, so of course I had to get it. I literally can't wait for September. I really like that they come with 2 of each sticker, so you don't really have to worry if you use it one time because you have another. And I honestly love the designs on this one. The color variation is great across each individual set, and the sizes are also quite good for an A5 journal that is the most common among the bullet journal community. Also, a little fun fact about me is that I don't really have sticker anxiety. I'm not worried about using a sticker and not be able to use it again. I'm more of a, if I can use it, I can buy it again if I want, and if I can't, oh well. And I think making these videos really helps because the chances of reusing, for example, a PET tape as a whole theme is quite low because I'm much more interested in getting new ideas to show you, so I try to use all that I can in one single theme. So that's actually quite an interesting topic, so let me know in the comments if you have sticker anxiety and you have a massive sticker collection because you just don't want to waste them, or if you are more like me and just enjoy the things while you have them and you don't worry about using your stickers. Even though these sets are quite similar in terms of plants, it still gives you very good options if you are looking for a specific plant to use in a specific spread or collage, or good options if you want to mix and match different ones. So I think it's worth buying the whole pack of 4 if you want more greenery and plant stickers. Now, if you thought the plant stickers were over, well, you're wrong, because these next 2 packs are more plants and some forest scenes. So, as I mentioned before, I'm reading more romantasy books lately, and also some paranormal romances that are like in the same category. So, of course, I need some forest scenes to use in my book reviews as well. A very good book that I could use these stickers on is Mate by Ali Hazelwood, which I read last year, if I'm not mistaken. And it's because much of the plot takes place in the forests, so you can visualize how these stickers are quite perfect for that. But if you don't read, these stickers would make a great bullet journal theme. You can use some washi tapes, some markers, and boom, there you have it, a theme. Then next we have another pack from the same listing, but this one is just plants like the other stickers, but these ones are bigger and have slightly different designs, including some branches and also some bushes. So with this much plants in my collection now, I'm pretty sure I have stocked for a while. Oh, and I didn't mention, but these packs come with duplicates of each sticker, and they are all around 3 inches or 8 centimeters tall and wide. So if you are looking for stickers that are more on the bigger side to take more space in your pages, these are perfect for that. Now we have more whimsical stickers. These 2 packs are from the same listing, but one is some wood planks hanging down and the other pack is lanterns. But you also have other options, like stacks of books, ladders with flowers, walls with flowers as well, and also an option that is just a column of different flowers. So you have good options to choose from. But I chose these 2 because I'm thinking of using them also in the reading journal setup, and they are giving the whimsical, magical vibe that I'm going for. And I think they are also very fun to use because they are columns, so I have to use them vertically, which for spreads that have tables or rectangles is very useful to decorate without taking up much space. These wood plaques are also so cute, and I think they are perfect for those books that have some cute houses, you know? I'm visualizing some of them, but I guess it's those houses that appear in some cozy shows or books like Better Than the Movies. I think the story really captures that cozy vibe, and I imagine a house with these type of things on the walls. So it's a really niche thought, but that's just what came to my mind. And I guess this haul turned out to be a tutorial on how to use stationery for your book reviews. Well, I'm being honest with you on how I'm going to use them, so. And next we have a restock of one of my favorite letter stickers. I use these ones all the time for my bullet journal and my reading journal as well. I think I used them a lot in my August 2025 plan with me, so if you are curious, I'll link the video down below. And even though I go through the gold ones rather quickly, you also have the option of black, silver and white. And you can choose between the uppercase letters or the lowercase letters with numbers as well. Or be like me and get both of them. I got 2 of these next pack because I somehow didn't read the description and I thought that the stickers were bigger than they actually are. So I was thinking of doing a lily theme in my bullet journal, but they are quite small for that, so I'm just going to use them for decoration in some book reviews. But if you are not fond of lilies, you can also get these in other options like daisies, bluebells, roses, hydrangeas, and tulips. I'm going to read a lot of pirates, mermaids, or in general around the sea books for a reading challenge this summer. So I also used this opportunity to buy some sea related stationery because I actually don't have a lot. So I decided to get these bubble stickers. They come in this PET material in a rectangle form, so I don't really know for sure how I'm going to incorporate these in my spreads or collages, but I'm sure I'll come up with something. And I had to put a white paper behind them because otherwise it would be a little too hard to see them against my desk. We are continuing this green fantasy theme with these green bottles. Again, it comes with 2 of each sticker, and I really like the sizes. These aren't too small or too big, so I can use them throughout the whole setup and not be worried about where to put them, because they fit pretty much anywhere. Plus, I really like the detail in the designs and the different color variations between each bottle, so I'm pretty sure that these would match any fantasy theme or maybe some fantasy books as well. And now back to the ocean reading challenge I mentioned before. Here we have some bottles and cups with shells and ocean motifs all around them, and these are quite big. The biggest one is around 4 inches or 10 centimeters tall, so be aware of that, and these are thicker than the PET stickers, almost cardstock material, you know? And these do not come with duplicates, so you only really have these 10 designs, 1 of each. And since I'm going to use them for a really specific thing, I'm not too worried about it. These next stickers are made of the same material, but they have duplicates. These are a bunch of seashells, corals, and starfish. You can get this pack in other colors, but since I'm planning on adding blue to the decoration to represent water, I think the white will pop and contrast better with the blue, so I went with this pack. And I really like the different designs, so I can sprinkle them wherever I want and it will look amazing. When you first touch these stickers, you might think that they are not stickers at all, but just try to peel off the backing and you'll see. Of course, with pirates, mermaids, and sea adventures, I had to get some maps, because first, I love them, and second, they look amazing in a pirate theme. You can see my July 2025 plan with me, because I loved how it turned out. You can get these ones in different types and colors, but I chose the most neutral one because I think they are perfect as a complement on the spread and not so much as the main focus. At least I use them in that way and I really like it. This next sticker pack, I honestly don't really know what they are supposed to be. My head is going to doorknobs, but I don't think they are, but it doesn't really matter either way. They are really pretty and I bet they look amazing as decoration on both sides of a table, like vertically or on a page, so I'm really thinking on how I'm going to use them. Unfortunately, it only comes with 1 of each design, so I'm not able to mirror the decoration on each side of whatever, but I will get some idea, I'm sure. Then we have some hourglasses. 6 of them are really simple, just some light wood, and the other 2 are covered in moss, and I really love them. The other packs on this listing are also really cool. Some of them come in different colors, others have really intricate designs on the wood, and one of them is more celestial. So go check it out if you are looking for a specific theme where this could fit. These are again in that cardstock material, so they are on the thicker side, and it comes with 1 of each design. Similar to the vertical ornaments that I showed you earlier, this time we have magical wands. And I have to say that if I was some kind of magical being, I would for sure have one of these ones because they look amazing and they are small enough that they could fit in smaller places. So I'm thinking I can use these to fill in some gaps on the pages and have them as a complement on my collages. I don't think I have read a book where they use wands, at least not yet, but maybe in the future I will. And to complete the outfit with the wands, we have some crowns. I know I've said this a lot, but these are so pretty, and I can use this in any book review page besides the initial setup on my reading journal, because lots of fantasy books have some kind of kingdom or something that is more politics, so again, multiple uses out of one sticker pack, which I love. Plus, these are different enough in designs that they can be used in different historical times, so I have to search a little before I use these on a book review, but overall I think I'm going to use them a lot. These have the same magical / whimsical vibe I'm looking for, and these are some jewels and some plants intertwined. So basically they can be whatever you want them to be, it all depends in what context you are putting them in. Of course, since the theme is green fantasy, they fit really nicely, and again they are on the smaller side, so I can use them to fill some gaps. I really can't wait to see how these themes are going to look in the end because I'm just trying to buy things that I think will look good together, so let's see in the future. Next is a very exciting sticker pack for me, and that's because it is Japanese landscapes. I'm actually planning my first trip to Japan with my friend for next year. We are still in the planning phase, so it's not really set in stone, but I can say I'm manifesting it coming to fruition with these stickers. These ones come with one of each, which is fine by me because I'm thinking of using them in my travel journal and they are quite big. The listing has other places like Malaysia, Australia, New Zealand, Italy, France, South Korea and Thailand, so if you are planning on visiting some of these places in the future, these packs are kinda perfect. I'm really excited for this trip because it is my dream to visit Japan, so please join my manifestation through this video. Now, I don't know if you saw my book review for A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, but I printed some letters just like this for the title, because I didn't have stickers like this, but now that I have them, I can use them in the next books of the series. These look amazing in murder mystery books or even on a crime scene theme for a bullet journal that I may or may not be thinking of doing in the future. Next, we have some holographic mini fish stickers. I'm going to use them to decorate my Ocean Reading Challenge spreads, and since they are really tiny, they can fill in some gaps and really complement the rest of the decoration. Plus, I think the holographic effect really makes them pop against the page, even though they are really small. So it's the perfect size for little details. Now we have something a little different. These are some tile stickers, and instead of individual stickers, these come in a little book. These have some silver details, which is kinda rare in stationery, so I really appreciate it even though I'm a gold kinda girly. And I bought these ones because of a theme I have in mind that will pair really nicely with some papers that I'm going to show you later. Of course, even though I didn't buy a lot of flowers this time, I still had to buy something. And I chose these purple flowers because I realized that I'm lacking in purple stationery, so these flowers looked too good to not buy them. and they have duplicates of each design, but one is completely matte and the other has some gold details, which I think is really cool and it will look amazing put together in a collage because of the really small contrast between them. It's not too much, it's just perfect. Especially if you want to decorate with contrasts, but you don't want it to be too overwhelming. So this is the perfect way to have a subtle difference between the stickers. And now let's move on to the next category, that is tapes. And let's start with this really big roll of text washi tape. I have some tapes with text, but they are horizontal, and I really wanted a script washi tape that was meant to be used vertically, so I chose this one. I didn't expect the text to be so big, but I usually rip the washi tape in half or in smaller parts because they are usually part of the background, so it's not a big deal for me. And this is one of those tapes that have the backing, which I really like. It makes it more easy to use and easy to rip without it gluing to itself. You guys know that I try to only buy PET tapes that I can use almost all of it in a single theme or that has designs that I use all the time. This PET tape is one that I chose to use as a theme. It's really similar in vibe to the one that I used in my January setup. It has the same blues and the same type of motifs, but that one was more lantern focused, and this one has a mix of blooming peonies, soaring cranes, traditional lanterns, jade jewelry and ancient scrolls, all in this oriental aesthetic. The roll unfortunately is not too big, it has only 2 meters and it's not pre-cut, but since the designs are bigger, I don't think it will be too tedious to cut out. These are some 4-leaf clovers, and in between it has some music notes and some broken instruments, so I think it will look really cute as a theme. And this one is pre-cut, so I don't have to cut around each individual design and lose my mind in the process, because it's already done for me. The clovers are really pretty. It gives almost the impression that it was hand-drawn with pencils or maybe watercolor. I'm not really sure, but they are beautiful. Here we have another potential theme. This one has some magical, gothic, deep sea and horror motifs with giant octopuses, skeletal remains, haunting gothic cathedrals and ornate baroque frames, and all in these grey and blue tones. Then it also has some very subtle holographic details, which I think look really good together in this color palette. This one is also pre-cut, so that's awesome for me, and it has some designs that are smaller and others that are bigger, so overall they can be used together in many ways on a single theme, and after that I can use them as decorations for other spreads or other themes, just like the previous PET tape. Next we have a washi tape that is full of flowers. Sometimes I just want a tape that is quite busy to contrast with some solid colors or to just be the main decoration, so I got this one that is a garden full of white daisies. Then, to go back to the green fantasy theme, we have some vines, because I love this type of tapes. They are so versatile and they look so good on a page or on top of a table, anywhere really. And speaking of vines, I restocked my old vine tape. This one is still one of my favorites and I really like it. So since I finished my roll, I decided to get a new one since it was still available. Now we have something a little different, because while I love ornate frames, sometimes they don't fit exactly where I want or they catch too much attention. So the perfect in-between I found was this tape, which is basically a strip of an ornate frame, but it just goes on and on. And I can still make my own frame by just connecting different strips of this tape, which is so awesome. And the last tapes we have for today are these four, which are part of a set if you want, or buy them separately. These are vines, but they have thorns in all of them, and they have slightly different designs. The first one is covered in moss or some plant that I can't really identify. The second one has roses. The third one has some kind of white flower, I don't know what it is. And the last one looks almost like barbed wire, so I'm thinking of using this last one particularly in some kind of book review that contains a prison in the story or a dystopian book, because it also gives that vibe. And I'm reading the Shatter Me series, so let's see if I can use it somewhere. The other ones I'm going to maybe use it in the fantasy theme that I mentioned, or they are always good to use somewhere else. So I have plenty of options, and vines look good anywhere, especially in dark academia themes or anything with a gothic aesthetic. Continue on to the next category, we have papers. So first I bought some doilies because I'm running out of the ones that I used for many years and they are white. So since I couldn't find any white doilies on Journal.say, I got these ones that are pink on one side, but if I want the white I can always reverse them and glue them on the other side. So that's my solution to my problem. Then we have a pack of papers that resemble water, and I actually got all the other colors from the same listing from many hauls before as I was needing them, so this one was the one I was missing, and this pack contains 20 pieces of paper. 10 of them are regular really thin paper and the other 10 are vellum paper, so they are translucent. Unfortunately, by the time I'm recording the voiceover, these packs are sold out, but maybe they are going to be restocked in the future, so keep an eye out if you are interested. Remember when I showed you the tile stickers in that little book? Well, these are the papers that I said were going to pair nicely with them. These are actually notepads They don't have any stickiness, so they can be used as papers. And I'm thinking of using these together with the stickers to build a full theme. I got 3 different designs because I wanted to mix and match, at least that's my idea, but I still don't really know. It's just an idea for a theme, and if I come up with something, that's great. If I don't, I can always use this as decoration somewhere else, as all the other things I got on this haul. And now let's move on to the last category of this haul. I just called it extras because it's just random things or stationery supplies. So let's start with some stamps. This is a little wooden stamp set and it comes with some letters, numbers and symbols, and also a little ink pad with black ink on the middle. The listing has other options as the font used on the stamps, and I chose this one because it's different, and since they are smaller, I can use them in smaller spaces as well. I really love lettering, but sometimes having a font just ready to use it's fantastic, and if you are using letter stamps throughout a whole theme, that's a great way to maintain consistency. I also chose this one because it reminds me of the keys on typewriters and I really like the look of them, so I think as a font it's really cute. And now that we are using stamps, let's also clean them. I got this stamp cleaner set because I use acrylic markers in my silicone stamps and also in my wood stamps, so they get dirty really fast, and sometimes the new paint gets mixed with the old one that's already on the stamp, so I wanted something to clean them after I use them, and this set works really well. It comes with a little spray bottle that contains some cleaning fluid and a special tray that has a subtle texture that's perfect to really get in those tiny grooves of the stamps. So you just have to spray the tray with the liquid to get it wet, and you just rub the stamp and it's done. And when the tray gets really dirty, you can just wash it. You can also get just the spray or just the tray separately. Let's compare the silicone stamps side by side, before and after, and see how much of a difference it makes. Also, mind you, these have a brown acrylic marker ink on them that was just really stuck in there. Then we have a little cute pencil case. I love the fabric both on the outside and on the inside. It really gives the vintage vibes and it has some really good storage inside. I actually got this one specifically for my black fine liners that I use all the time in all my journals, but it also has a pocket with a zip, so I can store something else in there, like maybe my pretty scissors or clips. I don't know yet, but I really like it. And you can tie it with a bow. Isn't that just adorable? And last but not least, for the final things of this haul, we have 2 tweezers. I know, nothing too exciting, but let's start with the pretty one. This one comes inside a little pouch and it has a crane pattern design on it. I chose the green one that's slightly holographic, but you can get it in different colors. The tip on this one is slightly on an angle, so you can get really precise with the placement of your stickers. And then this other one is the simple one that I bought before, but I messed it up somehow, so I decided to get another one. And this tip, instead of being on an angle, is just straight. And honestly, I work better with this tweezer than the angle ones, but I really wanted a pretty tweezer, so I got both. And that's the end of this haul. Thank you again, Journal Safe, for supporting my channel, and if you saw anything you liked, don't forget you can use my code Juliana8 to get a little discount on their website at no extra cost for you. If you enjoyed this haul, like, subscribe, and comment down below a key emoji to let me know you watched it till the end. This emoji is a little random, but I think this video was also all over the place, so I think it's fitting. I hope you have a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!